Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida. Welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you all so much for the love and the continued support of my channel. Today's video, you guys, we're going to get into sweet fragrances and some gourmands, of course, that work perfectly for summer. Right now we're getting into some very high heat, very hot, sticky humidity, but that does not mean you have to let go of your delicious, sweet, edible scents. And so without further ado, you guys, let's jump right into today's video. About you, but I love smelling like a snack all year. So it was very important that I give you, what you need for the summertime, because that does not mean because it's 100 degrees outside, you have to forego your gourmands and your really sweet scents. Not true. So a lot of the times it's just going to be a matter of, is it coupled with notes that uplift it rather than make it feel really sticky and heavy and cloying? Does it have some fruits in there that kind of help it along and give it a summer vibe? So this first one, when I got it, I ordered it and I was like, you know what? Am I going to be able to wear this in the summer? Because if not, I can wait, I can hold off. But I contacted my good girl Keitra because I knew that she had it. Keitra by Fab Finds by Keitra. If you've never checked out her channel, make sure you check it out below. I will link her channel. Bianco Latte, okay? The name was given, hot, sweet, sticky milk, like tonic. I was like, is this going to be wearable for the summer? She said, absolutely. So, say less. I went on ahead and ordered it. And yes, you guys, this works so wonderfully in the summer. It does have, caramel. It has honey. But the way that, this one is crafted with that musk, it definitely gives it more of an up, like a, I don't want to say airy, but there is just something a little like frothy and whipped about it, the way it wears. And it's just really a great gourmand that you can still wear in the summer. Now, everyone's tolerance for sweet in the heat is very different. So if you're someone that is easily bothered by something really sweet and gourmand, I would say maybe reserve it for the evening. But I've been wearing this daytime, really hot weather in Georgia right now in the 90s. And I haven't had any issues. And I feel like I just smell so delicious and vanillic and, caramel heaven. And that is what this is. And it is such a vibe. You guys, this has amazing performance. It lasts at least 8 hours. For me, it lasts all shifts. So 10, 12 hours, easy. I overspray everything. Hello. And I just think this is such a fabulous release from the house. Can't wait to get my nose on more. I did try Bora Bora. Didn't work for me. But you guys, this one also layers beautifully with so many things in my collection, including Ylang Ylang Nosy Bee. Okay. So you're talking about a summer vibe. I was smelling too delicious with that combo. Yeah, and so that combination together is kind of giving me what I thought I would get from Bora Bora. Yeah, it's taking it over the top. It's taking it full on gourmand, and this one is one I highly recommend you check out, all right? Again, this is Bianco Latte from the house of Giardini Toscana. All right, so next up is just a full-blown obsession. It's been an obsession since I smelled it, and I've not stopped spraying it since it came into my collection. I think spring is when I added it. I've been raving about Bon Bon Pop for months now, and y'all have been listening. And y'all been buying it, and y'all have been like, girl, you never lied, okay? Peach, musk, I think there's brown sugar, a little patchouli. It's just really sexy, and people that don't even like peach love this fragrance, okay? So you already know that it's a vibe. This is not your typical peach fragrance, okay? The peach is done so beautifully and delicious, but it is paired with all of these, these absolutely mind-blowing gourmand notes, the way they have blended this, all right? All of my House of Ouds are gourmand fragrances, not intentionally. It's just kind of how it happened. And this one is my favorite one, you guys. I think this is one of the best that they have at the house, and I've tried many others from the house. I think I have 4 total in my collection, but this baby right here, it reigns supreme. So Bon Bon Pop, it does have the peach and coconut, coconut giving it some creaminess. There is some jasmine in there, which gives it, a very feminine quality, very sweet, but it's not going to be sticky, sweet, and cloying. It has some musk, very woody as well, which helps to balance out, you know, the sweetness and the fruits and, you know, all of these feminine things. And it is quite ambery, okay? But you do have the amber and the brown sugar in the base. So when I'm telling you that it is giving, it is giving. It is so delicious. Now you can save 20% on this if you shop So Avant-Garde. Use my discount code SHARIDA20. Every time this comes back in stock, I post it in the community and it sells right back out the same day. So if you've had your eyes on this one, just keep your eyes peeled on the community tab, because I will post when it's back in stock at So Avant-Garde. And I feel like that is kind of going to be the place where you can get the biggest savings on this particular fragrance right now. Relatively new, so not going to be at your discounters just yet, but solid release if you're looking for a sexy ass musk peach fragrance covered in brown sugar. Then this is definitely what you need to get your nose on. And again, woody, musky, so it does wear wonderfully in the heat. Again, this one, Bomb Bomb Pump by the House of. All right, so this next one is newer to my collection. Now this was gifted to me by Excentia, and this fragrance is VICEBOMB. Now, you know my history with Simone and Gioreli perfumes. I have some difficulty with probably half that I've tried, so it's very hit or miss for me. Now, they gifted this one to me, but I already had this on my radar and I was very interested in how it smelled. I don't always read reviews on Fragrantica, but every now and then I'll tiptoe down there and see, you know, what the girlies have to say. And very, very polarizing. The reviews are all over the place. Let me tell you what I get, okay? It's a cherry scent. So automatically, there are going to be a sector of people that pull cough syrup medicinal with any cherry they get their nose on, okay? For me, typically, that's almost never the case. However, with this one in the opening, yes, okay? I was getting like cherry Hall's cough syrup, very, very woody presence to this one. So that coupled with the medicinal cherry, that was the vibe I was getting. However, when it starts to develop, I would say about 2 minutes later, it turns into something very different. I don't get medicinal cherry at all after that quick initial opening. It has caramel at the top and some red fruits, okay? And maybe because it has the red fruits coupled with that cherry, I don't know if those together are just, it's just something very Hall's cough syrup about it in the opening, you guys. But you do get the caramel as, you know, that whole medicinal thing start to dissipate. It has vanilla, ylang ylang, and white sugar in the mid. And you do get a very strong, you know, vanilla vibe from this one. I don't get a whole lot of creaminess from the ylang ylang. Like, you would have probably had to tell me that was in here, because I really don't get that. But you have a base of tonka bean, okay, which is going to kind of keep that cherry flowing throughout. You have precious woods and you have amber in the base. And for me, now this is what I'm getting. I am definitely getting, even though it doesn't have any musk listed, I'm getting Intense Cafe. If you think about Intense Cafe, take away that coffee note, okay, and you're going to add cherry in the place of it. Something about the DNA of this is giving Intense Cafe, Deluxe type of vibe, but it doesn't have a coffee presence at all. Strip that away, add cherry. This is what you have. So if you have Intense Cafe, I would say test this first, because a lot of people are getting this vibe. As it, like I said, when I read the reviews, a lot of people were saying that they get like an Intense Cafe vibe, and I 100% agree. So test this one first. I don't think this would be a safe blind buy because of the way the cherry comes off in the opening, may be very off-putting to some. However, like I said, for me, it dies off, okay? Right now, it smells very beautiful on my skin. It's sweet, but it's not cloying, overly sweet. Wonderful performance, and I like it. Okay, again, this house is very hit or miss, and I'm actually happy to have this one in my collection. I do love it. And I'm happy that I was gifted this fragrance, because it will be getting some wears from Sharida, am I right? Again, so this is VICEBOMB, and this is from the house of Simone and Gioreli. Check the description box below, because I will have a link to Essentia, which carries this fragrance house. So the next one is going to be a gorgeous, fluffy, whipped cream, airy, sweet fragrance that is perfect. When I say perfect, for hot weather, okay? Now, the Chronic Rouge Extreme is so addictive, okay? It's addictive, but it's not heavy at all. When I say whipped cream, it really does have a whipped cream feel to this throughout the life of the fragrance. So if you like fragrances, say like your Baccarat Rouge, but you really do find it to be too much for the heat, which I personally do most of the time, that's not a fragrance I pull out a lot in the summer, check this one out because it is phenomenal. So this has raspberry and it has melon and pear in the top. You have the whipped cream also mentioned in the top. You have spices, amber, and cinnamon in the mid. Now, this does not come across as something super spicy. You have these very mellowed out, very well blended spices. It's not sharp. It's not anything that's going to be scratchy or screechy or, you know, cutting across the nose, which is definitely something cinnamon can do a lot. You guys, this is blended to perfection, okay? Everything just kind of melds together. You get this airy vibe. It is rounded off by a very clean, very smooth, well done musk, some sandalwood, and a touch of patchouli. You don't even get the patchouli like at all. It's probably just there helping it with the longevity, but this is such a stunning fragrance. So if you're looking for something, you know, the raspberry and whipped cream vibe, then this is it. This is it. Not heavy at all, 100 degrees outside, and this is going to have you smelling sweet and irresistible, and it's a lovely fragrance, I must say. And this one is the Chronic Rouge Extreme by Byron Perfumes. So this one is a combo that's, okay, OMG. You can wear this throughout the year, but for some reason, I can still put this on in warm weather, and I don't feel that it's too much, all right? So we're going to start with SKINPOTION Cookie Butter Oil. So if you don't have this, because this will not be restocked according to the owners, this was like a one-time drop and that's it, you can still use a triple body butter. It smells identical, okay? But I just feel like a straight up oil is gonna wear just a little lighter on my skin. So this is what I'm pulling out for the summers. I cover my body in this after showering, and then I go over it with the Brazilian Crush CHEIROSA 71. Y'all, I don't know why 62 gets all the love and hype and a whole EDP, you know, from the scent. This one is just far superior to me. This one, I just want to eat my skin off when I smell this. So I know 62 has like the pistachio thing going on, the caramel. This one is caramelized vanilla. Hello, it's calling my name already. Macadamia, and it's just a very different, richer vibe for me. And the vanilla is just singing in this one. I'm telling you, I just love these two together. Yes, and for some reason, even though these are, you know, this line of the CHEIROSAs are very sweet, you know, a lot of them have that caramel vanilla thing going on, they still wear wonderfully in the spring and summer. There's just something very fun in the sun about the whole line. And I feel like if you want something, you know, really heavy on the vanilla, the caramel, the nuttiness, these still work perfectly in the summer. They are body sprays, but they have a really good lasting power for a body spray. Now, once you spray it on top of this oil, this ain't going nowhere, okay? So you're gonna get a good 4 or 5 hours, which is quite a while when you're talking about something that's not technically a perfume. Wonderful lasting power, okay? Worth its weight in gold. Now these body oils from this SKINPOTION, they really do perform more like perfume oils, okay? They don't perform like body oils at all. I mean, just potent, just worth the price point and then some. Pricey, okay, about $100, but you got to think so is the Nist perfume oils, and you're getting like, you know, a very, very small amount. So highly recommend you checking out SKINPOTION if you're looking for wonderfully blended, you know, scents for, you know, your body care, your skincare regimen. This is it. I'm telling you, they have some of the best things I've ever put my nose on as far as body care, and this, we know it, we love it. and it's a vibe. Okay, so these two together, match made in delicious edible heaven. Okay, so the next one, y'all, for some reason now, this one was getting a lot of hate when it first dropped, but as I said in the previous Cali video, the thing about Cali, you guys, they all get better very soon after, like within a couple months after they are released. The performance goes like through the roof on these compared to when they first dropped. They don't let their fragrances macerate long enough. I know that they're on the tight time schedule, honey. They got their marketing plan out there, and you know, they're on a timeline, but I really feel like if they would just hold it, you know, pump the brakes for just a couple more months, you know, from what they usually let their fragrances macerate, that whole poor performance, poor projection thing, I really think you would hear a lot less of that. Now, real K-Ali stands know that about 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you dealing with a whole other bottle of perfume, okay? This juice has darkened. This smells, I can really smell the pistachio in here now. This is Young Pistachio Gelato, if I didn't mention that. I was getting just a hint of pistachio. No, I get a lot of pistachio now compared to when I first got this bottle. I love this scent. I don't know if you can see that because the lights are so bright, but the juice level is down to here. Y'all don't even want to see the Silk Santal 36 level. I mean, I think that's going to be the fastest empty I've ever had in my perfume history, okay? We'll get to that in another video, but they layer beautifully if you're wondering. It's a vibe. But Young Pistachio Gelato has a lot of notes, okay? You've got some Turkish Delight. You've got, you know, pistachio ice cream, or gelato, I'm sorry. You have, you know, this whole mid of florals. And people were just so divided about this particular fragrance when it came out. It was an instant love for me. Now, it used to give this really fresh vibe. I get a little less of that, though still fresh on the fresh gourmand side. I do get a little bit more decadence that I wasn't getting when I first got it. I felt like this always did have a gourmand vibe, but I feel like it's amplified. I'm sure the vanilla that they have in here is richer, it's more robust. Like, this has developed into something really scrumptious, you guys. So if you were not a huge fan of this one at first, I would say go back to your sample, your 10 mil or whatever you may have of it, revisit it, because this one smells so delicious and phenomenal, and I love it. Again, this is Young Pistachio Gelato by the House of K.Ali. Okay, so the last one on this list, she pricey, honey, okay, but I got a discount code for you if you go through Soul Avant-Garde to make your purchase. This is Orza, and this is from the House of Tiziana Terenzi. Now, this fragrance is so sweet and rich and decadent and fruity, and the performance on these, you guys, like, this is probably a bottle I will never get through because I don't wear it that often. You really got to be in the mood for something sweet and decadent. Caramel bomb, but it is also paired with this like delicious concoction of fruits that make it a whole summer vibe. So Orza opens with wild berries. You've got green apple, you've got plum, you've got orchid, orange, magnolia. I mean, just hello. I mean, what more do you need from a summer fragrance, okay? Now, it has a mid of florals. You've got like some lily of the valley, which makes it powdery. You've got a little bit of Bulgarian rose. Doesn't come across as anything overly rosy. Without a doubt, the star is going to be the fruits and the caramel, okay? You have some jasmine, but then when you get to the base, you literally have a base of caramel, musk, vanilla, sandalwood, benzoin, and amber. So when I say if I could have a dream base for my fragrance, that would be it, okay? That is just, and you get all of it, you guys. You get this creamy sandalwood, you get this delicious electronic caramel, you get all of these berries and this plum, and it's just a vibe. I think that you do have to enjoy plum because I feel like of all the fruits, that green apple and that plum stick out the most. But the green apple is kind of cutting through some of that sweetness and balancing out all of these delicious flavors that you have going on. And the creaminess from the coconut also gives it a much more creamy vibe. But this one is just a stunning fragrance from the house. The musk, it is there, but this is not one of those super Tiziana Terenzi musk bombs, because the musk can be very off-putting for many in this house. The muskiness is way down there. I think overall you're going to get something really sweet, fruity, and vanillic with a touch of, you know, powderiness from the Lily of the Valley, and very, very, very pricey. But when you're talking about the performance of this house, and just, you don't even have to decant these, you guys. You give yourself a good overspray. 10 sprays maybe is all you need of this max, okay? Max. And you're gonna smell this on your skin and clothes 10-12 hours later. So pricey, but just a really, really stellar performing fragrance, and one of, you know, the most delicious sweet summer fragrances that I have in my entire collection. All right, you guys, so that is our video for today. Make sure that you do drop me a comment below. Let me know some of your favorite sweet fragrances. Doesn't have to be a gourmand, but of course, we would love to hear about that. If you have a gourmand you want to recommend, just anything sweet and decadent that you enjoy for your summer months. Because if you're like me, you smell sweet, edible, irresistible 12 months out of the year, all right? So hopefully I've put some new ones on your radar. These are just so delicious to me and I love them all. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you guys. Be sure the notification bell is turned on to all. And if you found any value in the content, be sure to give the video a big thumbs up as it helps the channel to grow. It's been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.